Hey, it's Bill with St. Pierre Woodworking. So one of the questions we always get asked when we go to take down an old building, which we do several of, because that's what we use in a lot of our furniture here at St. Pierre Woodworking, is how old was my building? If they don't have documentation of was it when their ancestors came over and built on the property, a lot of people know that, was it the 1850s, 1870s, 1900s? They'll have documentation of that. Other ways to find out is as simple as finding a rock off a chimney. And a lot of times back then, they would actually, the top cap rock on a chimney would have a date carved in it, and maybe even the mason who built the chimney. For me, though, when I go in to find out the age of a building, it is basically looking at the nails used and the types of woods used and how was the wood cut. Several instances we've gone in and we've torn down buildings that were built in the late 1700s, where a lot of the boards were actually cut with what they call a pit saw, which means there was one man in a pit and one man on top of some staging, and they were actually cutting it with like a buck saw. And that's how they would make their boards. However, when it came to logs, they would actually be cutting the logs with an adze. They would actually cut these to size using a type of an axe, and they would make the logs smooth. And that's why they're called hand-hewn. During the late 1800s, the sawmills started coming out, the circle sawmills, and they started using circle sawmills to cut their beams. A lot of the American chestnut beams we see today were cut with a circle sawmill. I can go in and usually date a building by looking at the types of nails that they used, and a lot of the old buildings, they didn't use any nails. However, by looking at a nail, an old nail, I can tell if it was a cut nail, which means they actually still made square nails, but they punched them out of a sheet of metal. And they're basically straight, where a wrought iron nail would be more rounded and have like a mushroom head on it, where it was actually made by hand. And those are very early 1700s and beyond. Of course, in the early 1900s, everybody started going to the round nails, which is just a wire nail. So if a building is built with American chestnut lumber and round nails, I can pretty much say it was built in the early 1900s, 1910, 1920. If I'm finding all cut nails, then I can basically say the building was probably built around the late 1800s. If I'm finding hand-forged nails, then we can be dating back into the 1700s. Back then, the woods used are nothing like the woods we have today. You can see here, this is a piece of wood that was cut in 2004 into a beam, and the growth rings are so far apart. Back in the day, when the trees grew, they would grow so tall and always fighting for the sun because there were so many trees, so they would grow slow. And some of the growth rings in a log that may have been only 12-inch diameter could have 120 growth rings. So that little 12-inch tree today would be 30 years old. Back in the day, that tree could have been 120 years old. So a lot of the things I've noticed out of these is the oak would always grow very slow. The growth rings are amazingly slow. The American chestnut did grow rather fast. The growth rings are more 3/16 to 1/4 of an inch apart versus a 32nd of an inch apart on the oak. The heart pine, this is where the term heart pine comes from. The old pine trees had a red heart, and the growth rings are so tight, and this is what is actually called heart pine. Not everything not the sapwood on the outside of it, but today everything is called heart pine if it comes out of an old log. And truly, it was actually the heart of the pine tree was the heart pine. But all these old woods are great, stable woods to build furniture out of, to build anything out of. And that's why we like using them. The history, the story behind it all. But to go back and age a building, I can usually get it within 20, 30, 40 years of when the building was built. And anything after 1900 is pretty easy to say when it was built. But everything we use is well over 100 years old. And that's what makes everything that we build here really unique. So circle sawn wood, the circle sawmills came out in the late 1800s. They were way before that, but around here in Virginia, they started being used in the late 1800s, early 1900s. Before that, they used more like a handsaw type sawmill, which the water would come in and the saw would go up and down, and they would be cutting straight lines on the wood. we could age the wood because it's almost like a new bandsaw where the lines would be straight. So we know that they used a water sawmill for that. This, as you can see, the circle saw marks, which is what people love right now. We very lightly sand that. That's cut with a circular mill. This building was built around 1900. And this is, now before that, the beams, again, were cut with an axe. So you have all these axe marks where the axe was being swung and making that beam flat on four sides. And we've had beams before that were 30 feet long and just as straight and just as true to 8 to 9, 10 inches, however big they were making the beam. So it was really impressive how they did it back in the day. A lot of the log cabins built around Virginia, Tennessee, Kentucky, North Carolina, all were made with oak logs. A lot of them were made with poplar, and the tobacco barns were made with pine. But all these oak logs were all hand-hewn, live edge on the tops and bottoms, which made it unique because when they stacked those and they got wet on the outside, the water would always run off. So that was always kind of a cool thing to see. You can also tell by the joinery, you know, what kind of a joint did they use at the corners. But all of these things put together, you can really age a building and get it close. And it's really interesting when we start taking the buildings apart, they actually become older than we thought because we find things in the building that they used to build with that dated that building could have been 80, 100 years sooner. So one other thing is back in the day, everybody thinks their buildings were built with American chestnut because they were old. That's not always the case. A lot of the buildings were built in the 30s out of American chestnut. So it's a rather new building. And the reason is because all the chestnuts were dying, so they were harvesting all the American chestnuts and using all that material for their boards and for their beams. And they would call it wormy chestnut, and that's because of the blight that got into the wood. But before the blight, the American chestnut was a solid piece of wood. It didn't have all the wormholes in it stuff. And that's mostly the kind of stuff that we use is the pre-blight American chestnut. So it's really not wormy chestnut. And on the nails date back to the Romans. There's a wire nail, which is a round nail, obviously, that we use today. There's a cut nail, which was made out of usually sheets of metal, which they would cut the nail out of, and then form the head on it. And then there was like a mushroom, they call it a mushroom head type nail, which was actually more hand forged and made by hand. So, and before that, there was the wooden nail, which was we find this in a lot of buildings, where they would put the sills in the windows and in the doorways, and they would actually fasten the sills and the corners and whatnot with the wooden peg. And all these were actually made with a knife and tapered down so that they could pound them into the holes. And basically that was your first nail. Then the cut nail, then the round nail, which is what we use today.